You've no doubt heard of the terrible suffering of the Yazidi people at the hands of ISIS. The rapes, the murders. The fortunate ones made it to Europe, where they thought they had escaped their Muslim torturers to find peace and safety. But after our interviews in Germany with several Yazidi victims, it became clear that for all of them, a normal life is probably never coming back. They're still tortured by what was done to them and what they saw. Ayas was just 15 when he was told to convert to Islam and join ISIS or die.
There were big ovens made of mud. The ovens were made for baking bread, but big enough to hold a person. ISIS forced me and the other young men to push and throw elderly people into the ovens, and they burned them. One of my friends was forced to put one of the old people in the oven and heard his voice and knew it was his own grandfather.
Aida was taken from her husband and made a sex slave, but she tried to protect the young pre-teenage girls who were also being raped.
We were like a flock of sheep without a shepherd. One day, the guard grabbed a 9-year-old girl and took her to the second floor into the bathroom, and he raped her while she was crying and screaming, and we could hear it all. But what could we do?
Hadia said she and the other women and girls tried to make themselves as unappealing as possible to stop the rapes.
We did not wash, and we pretended to be insane so that ISIS would not rape us, because otherwise they simply took us to do so as they liked.
This girl was just 12 when she was used as a sex slave. She told us how another young girl killed herself after being raped. The Yazidis here in Germany saw horrific things done to their family members and friends by Muslims in the Middle East. Now they're watching as Muslim refugees are coming to Germany, invited by the government, and some are afraid again. Because ISIS has come to Europe, German police know that the Islamic State planted jihadists among the refugees flowing into Germany, and that an attack could be imminent. Now these Yazidis must face it all again. Radical Salafist Muslims on the streets of Germany, marked by their distinctive beards.
When I see men with beards, I get very scared and start crying. I remember how they look and what they did to me.
When I see someone with a beard, even if he is not from ISIS, I get paralyzed. I cannot walk, not scream or anything. I cannot even look at him.
These Yazidis are cared for in Germany by Sister Hatuna, who has been rescuing victims of persecution for 26 years. They call her their mother.
Many of them, they cannot sleep because the night is too long for them. Let everything come back. They're suffering. And even here in Europe or in Germany, if they see covered people, if they see some people with a beard, which one they shave the mustache, they mean they're ISIS, Salafists, and they are afraid more than that.
Aida's children saw people decapitated and are afraid of beards and knives. Several of our interviews ended in tears.
I feel with them, you know. They are all my sisters. What is happening with them is like happened with me too. I hear thousands of thousands like these stories. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. One girl, 14 years, in only the 2 first months, she was 280 times raped.
Sister Hatuna's personal experience as a victim of Muslim persecution has made her very politically incorrect on the Muslim issue.
Islam is a religion of persecution. Don't open the door for the killer. You know who are the killer. Why you let them in your country to kill tomorrow your children?
Hans Erling Jensen, international director of the Hatuna Foundation, says the UN only cares for about 10% of the refugees in the Middle East, and Sister Hatuna can only help as she is funded.
All other, the 90%, that is 3 to 4 million or maybe more, and they are living outside and trying to take care of themselves.
They were forgotten by the world and left to the wolves in the Middle East. Now Angela Merkel has brought the wolves to Germany, and they feel forgotten again.
Psychologically, we will not recover for the rest of our lives. I can't get rid of the fear and pain from what I went through.
We sleep with our eyes closed, but our ears still hear the voices and the cry of our sisters and mothers who were raped. They cry for help, but we cannot do anything to save them, and no one helps them or us.
Dale heard CBN News, reporting from Stuttgart, Germany.